because you spent, a year plus off with your CBD business. She swears the CBD business was making money. I don't think so, girl. She swears the gym was making money. It's closed. You had a year. So, I mean, when Tamara was on this podcast, it was at her lowest point. So, of course, she was so nice and sweet to me to just grace me with her damn presence. She's back. Now, do I think she saved the OC like she was taught? No, I do not. So I don't think her impact in coming back had the great grand accomplishment that Bravo hoped it would. I don't think she saved the OC. I think we still got a couple problems brewing in the OC, but she certainly elevated it. It was the best season they had in a long time. She's back at BravoCon. She also has a podcast that's doing pretty damn well, if you have it.
Enormous. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like Tamara, for someone that really was out, and I really think she stared down the barrel of like, what am I going to do? How am I going to make money for the rest of my life? And I think this is a resurgence. I don't think we're going to be so quick to kick Tamara out of the OC or off Bravo anymore. I think she's back in the mix. I think they want to use her. If it all goes away, she makes money with 2 T's. You have to split it with Teddy. I'm kind of okay with my own scenario here, just David, but it's a money maker. So she has this. There is I think more so than the CBD, she has some vision for the future with the 2 T's podcast. I think Tamara's had a great year. She's still a rat. She's scurrying. Don't think she's not scurrying, but she had a good year, that Tamara, Judge. I got to give her number 7. Got to give it to her.
Okay, that's pretty good. Okay.
Number 6.
My number 6 we've already done, which is Mary Cosby. Basically to everything that you said, I agree. Like, I mean, just to not show up at a reunion, to come back, to be as, impactful as she is. You and I are going to have to do a whole nother show on this, but she has a lot of drama with her son. He got married and never told her. Now he has all these videos online of like doing drugs. I mean, I do think she's married to her, step grandfather. I mean, it is pretty amazing. Kind of all the same reasons that you and I talked. I just think that Mary is having a great year. I hope she gets it together behind the scenes and can stay on because she just provides amazing one-liners. We'll see.
She must be having a great year. She's the only one on both of our lists so far.
I know.
And my number 6 doesn't change that. Okay, we said it's not just current housewives, guys. My number 7 is the one, the only. She's my neighbor down the street, and I could see her every day if I walked down the street. Miss Jill Zarin.
Oh, really?
Who?
Jill getting love.
Who? In a million trillion years could have predicted the woman that Andy Cohen basically makes fun of as the most desperate housewife of all time. She's not desperate anymore, Andy. Who would have ever predicted that Jill Zarin said, you offered me the least amount of money we're only at Legacy Girls Trip because of Jill Zarin. So if all you people don't think Jill Zarin has power, the whole franchise fell apart. Jill, when she said no to Roni Legacy because they wanted to pay her less money than Kelly Ben-Simone, which I don't know what world that is. I love Kelly, but Jill is certainly more of an OG and more of a name. She's the whole reason that Ramona's hired back. Let's not reiterate. Ramona's hired back for Legacy because Jill said no. When Jill said no, after Ramona was fired, Legacy was going forward without Ramona. The only reason Ramona should take her $250,000 she got for Girls Trip Legacy and give $50,000 to Jill Zarin for saying no and giving her a job back. Remember, she went and called it a loser legacy on Carlos King's podcast when she was fired?
Yeah.
Jill to me has changed the narrative of her legacy in Housewives of, you can call her desperate all you want. The proof is in the pudding. She turned the damn money down. She's busy. She has another show coming out. I think everyone knows that. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, it's not Bravo. Who cares?
Do. The other, yeah. That's been announced. Absolutely.
So she has, I'm like, Jesus Christ, is Jill going to call me She will text me, guys. That Zarin will text me and say, David, she has another show on E coming out. And she also, she's making money on the candles. It's a real business. It's a real business. So for me, look, I even was guilty of thinking Jill was all about fame and all. And I'm like, maybe at the end of the day, my Jill Zarin is just all about the money. And guess what? Guess who can relate to that? So good for you, Jill, for saying no and having some self-respect and just they try to pay you less than. I love when someone stands up for themselves. I got to give it to Jill. I think she changed her whole narrative in Housewives.
Love it.
We're in the top 5, girl. This is
here we go. Top 5. My number 5 is Marlo. I think, even though our HOA is going to be blown up, I think for Marlo to go from a friend to getting that peach was a huge, deal. I think she's another one to me. I really hope they can keep her. I hope she sticks around. I feel like she's worked so hard to get to where she is. She's a little bit to me like missing her sidekick, Nene. They were great together. But I do think Marlo had a terrific year. Will it keep up? I don't know, but I definitely think it was a moment in time to see Marlo Hampton shine. And I think she tried to give it all she could to make RHOA relevant this past season.
Wow. And look, they're talking rumors are Drew is out and Sanya's out. There's no rumors that Marlo's out. So wow. My number 5 is the one and only Miss Jackie Goldschneider.
Oh!
I mean, right? You get downgraded to a friend of for season 13. You hold your head high. You come back. You film the season. I do believe Jackie. I've had some conversations with Jackie, recently. And she says, I really don't mind the friend role. Now we're filming season 14. And apparently she's seen the light. Margaret has betrayed her trust. And she's over being friends with Teresa. I don't care about all that. I'm not team this or that. But this book that she wrote is the talk of so much of this fodder behind the scenes. So I imagine that is going to be, that's apparently in huge part it's more, I'm sure, but the book, everyone's talking, you're mad at Marge because Marge is taking credit for your book deal. And so, when you have a book and everyone is talking about it and it's on the show, sounds like you're a bigger part of season 14 than you were in season 13. I counted her out. When I said Melissa's fired and Margaret's fired, I said, well, why am I even mentioning Jackie? That's obvious. She's fired. Not only is she not fired, she's back. She'll probably be a friend of to stay, but who knows? She might get upgraded when the editing is done. But we're all talking about her book, and it's certainly different than poor little girl who got downgraded in season 13. I think Jackie Goldschneider had a great year. She wrote a book also, guys. hello. She beat her eating disorder. Jackie Goldschneider, number 5, Jackie Goldschneider.
My number 4 is the Rats co-host, Teddy Mellenball. After I saw Mellenball,
me? Okay, explain this one, darling.
I know what you're thinking. How would Mellenball make the best house? But you talk about, she is by far the most hated housewife. This chick at BravoCon. Now, I don't even know if anybody wanted a photograph with her. And this woman is making bank off that podcast.